zoom in. It is Laura Van Vertlo. I am here for a day late, that life happens, but last night I had the Just Add Stamps class in person, and now today I have the one that is virtual. So if you were not able to join me live in person, I do this class monthly where it's great for people that are brand new to stamping, don't want to invest a whole lot right off the bat. I share lots of tips for beginners, and I will mail you a free card packet which will include all the pre-cut pieces. You just have to add your stamps. You can follow along and show which bundle, write them down, so get out a notepad, and I will show you some fun ways to make the most of what products that you have. There will be several different stamps and bundles, but variety is great, and like I said, you can always substitute something that is very similar, like this one that we're about to do. You could do any sentiment, any floral, and it would probably go. So we are going to make 3 cards, so you'll get 2 of each card in your class packet. Then you can come back to this live or go to YouTube where I upload it in a little bit and watch and put together your stamps, your cards, excuse me. So anyway, so this is real fun. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to make sure that I can see comments. I think I've given enough information. Yes, let me see. And if I am not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to, there we go. If I am not, I hope I'm not. The other night I did a live and I was the wrong direction, and I swear I did the moving. So anyway, okay. Did it freeze? Okay. If somebody, there we go. All right. I think we're finally good. So go ahead. If you have questions, go ahead and type them down, and I will make sure to look over and answer. And I'll have even more information in the description so you know what to do to get your class packet for free. Oh, place an online order of $50 or more, and I'll include this packet, including shipping, straight to your door. Just make sure to opt in for marketing, because that means me, and opt in for rewards so you get rewarded for your next time purchase. All right, let's get started. So this card was a lot of fun to make. It has the, I want to say Delicate Dreams was the name of this paper, but I just thought it was gorgeous. So trying to look at the original. It took me a while. Sometimes when I do these paper piecing cards or pieces of designer paper, it's a great way to go through your strips of paper. You know, I'm all about using all the paper I'm hoarding. So I kind of did these off center, and let me go get the main paper so you can see what it looked like. It's got lots of gorgeous colors. It's got Delicate Dreams. It's got specialty paper. It's got gorgeous, gorgeous muted jewel tones and some nice pops of copper in there. So it's a great paper to have. And you can do masculine cards with it as well, with some of the patterns. Okay, so of course I did not look to see if I had a Stampin' Seal ready, but that's okay. We have our trusty cart right next to us. Feel free to use the liquid glue. Some people like to use this. I am a mess with it. I do use it. I will just stick to everything. So I used it the other night on a project, but so I did the middle one first, just so I can kind of gauge where I want to put the other ones, and I do want to do them a little sideways, not sideways, but they're not perfectly lined up is what I'm trying to get at. It kind of gives it more of a visual interest. You can overlap them a bit. Don't do too much, because then you'll have extra on the side. But this makes it real simple. So when you get your packet, you just grab your strips of paper. I will pre-cut these so you won't have to do that, and I'll pre-emboss the crumb cake piece, and I'll show you in just a second what I used for that. All right, there's that. And again, yes, I will have this uploaded to YouTube, so you can forever find it because Facebook will delete it after all. See, I did it again. That's okay. It's a handmade card. If nobody likes it, they don't get another one. That's just kind of my, that is my MO. So what I did is I did a 1 inch by 4 1/8. I wanted it a little bit shorter than the width of the paper, because this is your normal 8.5 by, oh, hello, 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock. And then I used the Fern and Flora, which I can't remember. I saw it come back in stock. I forgot to look before we came on here. This was popular, and it was off on back order, but it just recently came back. So look for that. But that's what I did. I just put, and what's nice, if you're making a ton of cards, you can put several pieces in there, or you can do one whole piece and cut it at 1 inch, and you'll, save some time if you're making multiples of a card. Okay. And then I always I just think it looks more polished to do a inside so you can write. As long as cardstock prices do not go up much more, I will still include them and the envelopes, but they're getting expensive. So I like to do that. Feel free to color them if you want. And of course I do the envelope as well, because I think it's a fun little surprise for your recipients. Okay, and I probably should tell you the deadline. What's today? See, I gotta go get that stuff off. Let me spray my hands. I always have alcohol spray, or where we go? There it is. So I can get a portion of that off my fingers. I do not want to get that all over my card, because that's happened several times. Oops, haha, I've done that too. But yes, I just think it makes it a nicer card when the recipient gets it. And you can always put a post-it note in there and write, hey, here's a nice little note. Why don't you recycle the card? And then they can, oh, you know what I'm missing? This little piece. So I'm using Secret C, because it's a nice little tip when you're starting out to get colors coordinating. I just go on the back of the designer series paper, because they have a list of all the colors that they used within the paper. So it makes creating cards easy. Or you just go online and, we call it casing, copy what you like. All right, so now I'm gonna get my trusty little scrap paper, because I'm gonna use the new, sorry, my allergies has just been horrible since last week. I'm going to use the Stampin' Blend. So I'm going to use the Light Mossy Meadow. They come in a pack of 2, and they get a light one and a dark one. And the whole premise of this is to kind of give you more of a way to blend a lighter and darker together to give it a more shaded look. So I just used one with this one because it was a small area. And the nice thing is, if you only can find one or in a rush, you don't have to do both. You can just go back over it. It's just like layering. There's something I can't concentrate at the same time. Be sure to say hello if you are on. Tell me where you're from. And again, I'm using the light hydrangea hue to color this. And then I'm going to follow back with the darker hydrangea hue in just a couple little areas to create some depth. And they also have a color lifter, which I use sometimes when I'm really getting more detailed with my coloring. But it helps make highlighted areas as if there was a light shining in a certain direction. Alright. So I'm going to go back and see there's a line by Stampin' Up that they created in the stamp that is kind of giving it like it's curled a little bit. The leaves of the flower. So I follow what their artwork is, and it helps create some of this depth. So I'm done there. And I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Oh yes, and then I am using, oh gosh, I forgot the name of this bundle. Banner Sayings, and it comes with, you can opt to do separate or together, but this is a great beginner set. If you're new, it takes care of a lot of your sentiments, and then these fit perfectly in there, and you can stamp or cut these out, stamp your sentiments, and you're good to go. So if you're looking for items to get to your free packet, that would be a good bundle to add, and then maybe get some blends or whatever you don't have in your stash. That's what I would consider doing. But I like to do this so people can stamp and enjoy and just have a nice break. Well, hello everybody. I don't know if there's comments. Let me see. I'm going to hit. No, I can't find the little. Oh well, I'm just going to. Hope you guys aren't asking comments because I don't see any, but for some reason I'm on a delay, so they may not come right across. So I use the Secret C on Hydrangea Hue, and it's just like a little 1/2 inch piece. I kind of keep some of those just in case. So then I can put it up right here. I'm going to put this to the side for a minute. And now I'm going to get my dimensionals. I can find them. And we are going to pop this up. And I like this, consider yourself hugged. I think that's kind of fun. Send it to somebody who's having a bad day, or you just miss them, or whatever I like the sayings in this little set. It's a perfect little thing. And so I just kind of did it off to the side. And then I'm just gonna, I should cut it. I usually cut them, but I'm gonna just take this little spot. Hold on. Gotta concentrate. There we go. That way it's not flapping in the wind there. And then our last step is going to be, I'm just putting some of this stuff up. Find, oh, there I did it. Okay. I love our twine. Linen thread, excuse me. Of course, I'm having issues trying to find where the, there we go. Oh, thank God. Okay. I have one that I had to completely unravel last night because I couldn't find the end, so I'm going to have to wait till Jasper, which I'm shocked is not around. But what I like to do is cut a big strip like this and cut it in half. And I do a double bow to give it a little bit more texture and visual interest. And this is a nice, subtle, and inexpensive way, and you get a lot of linen thread. And just snip them off, and then we're going to get a glue dot, which I usually just take it and pop it on where there's a little circle here. I let the heat of my finger release the glue, and then I'm going to put it right here underneath. Oh wow, that's long. And we are finished with that one. And I use the stylish shapes for this stitched area. And like I said, I will go ahead and cut those shapes out So if you are looking for a free class packet, or you can just you can use this class for free and follow along afterwards and make these cards yourself. But if you'd like the free card packet, just spend $50 in my online store. I will put that link in there afterwards, but shipping's included. I'll send you 2 of each of the cards that I'm making today. Okay, so the second card, I'm just going to start showing you how I did this one. It's simple. I just don't know if you want to sit there and watch me do what I'm going to do with this one. But this is the, oh, you know, every time I get on here I forget. Daisy. Let's see if it's in the back. I know somebody's telling me. What is it? Let's see. And if you need a new catalog, we have a catalog coming out September 1st that customers can order the September through December catalog. It is gorgeous. I love what's in it. You will not be disappointed. So I will have a link for that as well. I just ordered some to come to the house. I already closed out my mailing selector, so it'll come straight from me. If you're local, there's an option on there as well. Can't remember, this must be an online exclusive. So, Daisy something embossing folders, because I can't think. Oh, I forgot to put these on there. I'll put it back. Okay, so here's the original of that last card. I put the little in-color butterflies and some Wink Stella to finish off the card. And I got the flower from the Fern and Flora, which goes with the embossing folder. So, I'll let you know about that before I forget. I always forget little things like that. Okay, so we have the Fresh Freesia satin ribbon that we're going to use on this one. And these gel pens should be coming back next week. That's what they say on the inventory status report. You can always ask me if you see something on the list or on the back order. And I will look it up and tell you when it's coming back. Okay, so there's the original. All right. These fun little floral blooms are so cute. And then Secrecy is going to go up. Okay, so what I did is I had a piece. This was how your kit will come. Actually, I'm going to pre-cut this. And I think I have the wrong kit. So I made sure I had everything cut before I did this. Yep, I did. Got the wrong one. I might put that up. Hold on. Because I'm trying not to have the stamp cut emboss machine kind of clunky. So I didn't want to. There. Let me try that again. So you will have a piece of thick basic white, a little label that is from the Beautiful Layers Dies, that's the name of it. And these would be great to add to your wish list. So what I did is I colored in each one of these with the gel pen. I was kind of playing around with, and didn't mean to make this card, but it was fun, and I kind of liked how it came out. So, kind of give it a second to get going, and once it does, you know, of course it's going to do this while I'm trying. I don't know what happened to my allergies. Started getting bad in the last 20 minutes. Okay, this one is not cooperating. It may have dried out because somebody left it open. Alright, let's try the other one. It comes in a pack of 2, which is great. Here we go. So see how nice pop background? And you may have to go back and fill in a little bit of it. But the trick is to stay up and down, not to your side, for a better flow from the tip of the pen. Hey Lisa, well I have one reserved for you. I have a catalog already reserved for you because you've been a customer for the last year, so you don't need to sign up. But you should have come last night when I had the in-person because I had the catalog out for everybody to see. Anyway, so if you missed last night and you would like this, you can get 2 of each card, and then you can create the cards. And then I went back on the original and kind of made them a little bit more white after they dried. And then I kind of did the fake way to do this. I didn't want to waste a lot of ribbon. And so I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back and put the ribbon like so. And straighten it down a little bit. All right. So now I'm going to take and tie the bow and put that on with a glue dot. And then that way your bow is going the correct direction. It's a nice beginner tip. It takes a little while to, it really took me a while to kind of figure out how to do the bow the right way to make it lay the way I'm doing it right now. That could be a class in itself, how to make bows. But after 20 years, yeah, kind of perfected it. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to get a glue dot again. And I'm going to push that down, let the heat of my finger put it down. And now I'm not going to put the tape on here because I'm doing a large area and the fibers have been softened, and sometimes when these more detailed dies like this one, they tend to rip, so I kind of eyeball where my glue would be. And I do this, and then we're going to take our little label, hopefully find the sentiment that I used yesterday. It might be up here. Hold a minute, please. I'm just looking for the thinking of you. There it is. Yeah, I knew it was on the wrong side. And what's fun is the next card is featuring the product of the month for July. So if you've been on the fence, it's only $5 with a qualifying purchase of $75. And that is $75 after you apply any coupons, or excuse me, rewards. And then for just $5, you can get this stamp set coming up, and it's called, oh, I'll wait till I get it. My brain's not functioning. I'm worried about my allergies. I hope I don't sound weird. Okay, so I'm just going to take the dimensionals to pop that up a little bit more. And we have a nice thinking of you card. And then I'm going to use the take your pick tool. It's a great beginner tool because you have all these tools right off the bat. So it's got a spatula. And then this is the pointy end that I use to place down all my embellishments. And then they come like this. So they'll have the putty. And the putty, hold on, is made so you can pick something up and put it directly down. And then it also comes with a stylus. So it has the little ball and the bigger ball so you can score your paper. This is an add-on, but I love it for when you're using die cuts. All right, so I use the white, just so it's a nice soft glitter of paper, of little gems. And there is our second card. And then here's the original. I did pretty good without having to look too much. Oh, I did the little dots too. So here's one with and one without. So I may have to go back and finish that. I don't want to. That takes a little bit of time. So let me put that back and that back. And we're on the last card already. So let me get out the stamps that I used. Have Fresh Freesia ink, Bold Olive ink, Basic Gray ink. This one's just a tad bit more involved because it has two-step stamping, but it's really easy. And again, I have phrases and frames is what I used. Oh, that was for the last one. I put it in the wrong bin. Sorry. Okay, this is for Begonia Bell. This is the $5 product of the month, and for July. I have just seen the one for August. It is paper, and that's all I'm going to tell you because it's gorgeous. But for this month, this one is great. It's got fun little sayings in there. And there's the main one. This got that. I love my little 3-tiered cart. It makes my life so much easier when I'm doing these classes because everything's right at my fingertips. I think that's everything. I might miss something. So you're going to see a lot of stamps. Don't let that intimidate you. Okay. My trusty little scrap paper. Granted, I have grid paper that I use for my classes, but I want something small so it doesn't take up the whole room. So you will get all these items and this in your class packet. Should get 2 of each of these. And then I'm going to show you how I came up with, oh yeah, you know what? I need something to stamp that flower on. I forgot to do that. I know what I'm going to do. I'll show you how I stamped it. And this one that's already stamped, I will fussy cut that one. Alright, hold on. Never fails, there's always something I forget. Always. That's good enough. Okay. So I played around with this one a little bit. And this is our scrap. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take my fresh freesia. And when you look at there are two, this is what they're going to look like when you stamp them down. This one is more of the fill. If you notice, it's almost like a negative of this one. I do this one first because it's the darker of the colors that you'll see. And then I stamp off and do this one. This one being darker, it makes this one easier to hover over and stamp. But with the clear stamps, it makes it very easy to do. So this is going to be full strength. Alright. I'm going to try one more just to be on the safe side because I think I need to re-ink my ink pad. Or it could just be the way the shading is on the stamp. Okay, I like that one. Well, we'll just do them both, see which one's better. And this is where my scratch paper is going to come in handy. So what I'm going to do is stamp this, or ink this one up, roll that over, and then stamp off. And excuse me if you see my head, but I have to be able to flip. Okay, so you can kind of see the white areas of the one on the paper. That is being filled in with this stamp. And I stamped off so we have just a subtle coloring to make it look 3D. We'll do this one and we'll just take the better of the two. I like this one. Okay, so there's that. And I think what I'm going to do before is I took these just to have a subtle bit of pink in the background. Because now I'm done with that color. And then what we're going to do is fussy cut. And when you fussy cut, this is great for people that don't have a die cutting machine yet. The Stamp Cut and Emboss machine is a great investment. I honestly thought it was crazy when they first came out with it was the big shot back in 2008. I had just become a demonstrator and I thought to myself, what in the world am I going to do with this machine? I don't need it. Oh, two of them have died and gone to the parts oblivion. And now I have 2 Stampin' Cut emboss machines, 2 little ones, and I still have 1 big shot left. So yes, I use these very often. All right, hold on. I was trying to talk so you didn't have to watch completely, but, and you notice I'm kind of like moving my paper more than I am my scissors. It makes it more smooth cut. I learned that from my 4th grade teacher, Miss Ansel. I don't even know if she's still around. She might be, actually. There we go. So, when you put it on here, you're not even going to notice. And then I'm going to keep this paper here because I'm going to do the leaves next. But the leaves, I'm not fussy cutting. What I'm doing is angling my stamp like so. And I know I want to leave enough room to put that over it. So again, we have, this one is the darker one, and this is the one that fills it. So I'm going to pull out my old olive. And, oh wow. There we go. I was about to say, what's going on here? Stamp that down really good. And then I'm going to take this one, stamp off, because it's a great way to get 2 colors without having to have a bunch of ink. And it looks good, and it looks pretty natural. So there's that one. It kind of reminds me of those caladiums that you have in the front. Again, I'm going to use this so I can figure out where to put the rest. And these, I didn't really, what's that one? I didn't use that one. Okay. Talking to myself. So I used that one and that one. So this one I'm done. This one I'm done. I just want to get them out of my way because you don't know me very well. I will get ink everywhere. So there's one there. And just for placement. Move it around. And then there's that one. So those I didn't even mess with. I don't think there's even a, no, there's not a 2-step stamping on those. So, those are all finished. And now all we have left is the sentiment and popping this up. And we're almost done. And we use the everyday arches. I think it's the 3rd one from the inside. 4th one. So, I'm looking for my dimensionals and my oblivion here. Okay. Common practice. Always lose what I want. And it's right in front of my face. Okay. There we go. And I'll also have a link to keep up to date with my events. And I also do an online card club. I have a monthly option and a subscription option. And when you sign up on my email list, you get first dibs on everything. I have ordering specials on there, tips, all sorts of fun stuff. Ooh, hello. I just like to make sure everybody can find new people that are like them and they have fun with them. And you get relaxed by enjoying a nice hobby. And then you can make somebody's day by sending them the card. And you notice I'm not really using a lot of dies for my sentiments. I just like using when you cut paper down, sometimes you have these leftovers. And that probably, oh well. And I think they're great for making tiny sentiments like this, and you just kind of make it visually interesting by cutting just the edges off. And then I'll take that and put that up. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here. It's supposed to be 105 to 110 heat index. One of these days I'm gonna move out of this state. It's too hot. Too hot. And there's Sheldon. I can hear him on the other side of my door. So here's soft sea foam, and this paper. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. Hold on. Oh yes, not Lily of the Valley. I just used it. My goodness gracious, I'm drawing a blank. Violet Dreams. Good Lord. I was like, I just started a whole card club with this last month. And then I'm going to put in the center. We are so almost done. Okay. Stop it. There we go. And now for the last step is to put some more dimensionals on the back, because I love dimensionals. They make your cards so much more visually appealing. They're inexpensive. You get 3 sheets of these, so it's a good beginner tool. And same with the Stampin' Seal and the bone folder. So while I'm finishing this up, just review time, you will get 3 designs, 2 of each, packets, delivered to your door with shipping included, if you order by August 4th. And then I will close the registration, and any orders after that will just be eligible for, I usually do a free tutorial for people that spend money in my online store. It's different every month, but everybody gets the same one once a month. But so here's this one, and here's that one. Whoops, and that one. And then, like I said, I'll include a link for the beautiful. These are so fun, and they're boxes, so you can do whatever you want with them. And that's just the back. That's all I can show you. So I'll put the link for you to get a catalog, and look for this after you get your packet in the mail. And I'm so glad you hopped on and joined me today. And I will see you next month for Just Add Stamps. Thank you.